All right, I've got one right here that talks about Uber. So this talks about Uber, and it talks about like traveling Uber. Guys, all I have to do, this is a long show. It's 56 minutes. Now I want to show you something. This is iMovie, okay? This is Cole Spivey speaking. I'm not the Zodiac, but I like the movie by Fincher. Now watch. Go right here and double click. Boom. You like cutting, right? You don't have to anymore. Watch. Go to 0, like that. And just say apply right here to all. Now watch this. Look at this one. I thought it did this, and I tried it again and it didn't, but it actually does. They all are on 0.2, which is pretty close to a cut. Now watch this, okay? Now we know this too, watch. I can get to the end like this right here. Watch this. That's brilliant. Yes. It's almost like a hotkey. You just press the arrow down. It's similar to a hotkey. Hotkeys, I love hotkeys. Because hotkeys, you can get to things quicker. Look, I'm just checking to make sure. And you know what? On this right here, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the green one. Now watch this, though. I'm going to show you. This is so amazing. Go to green here. This little green, it's like a green, what is that? It's a movie and resize, whatever. It's move and resize. Go like this. Resize. Watch this. Take your arrow and go or your cursor. Take your cursor and go all the way up. And go to the right. And I already have the name of the movie. Now, go like this. Click and export. Just choose export. Go with me. Choose export, and you got it right there. And we all know this. This is just click, click, and get out. But here we go. We know what it's about. So look, go Uber trips to. I say trips. Uber trip to. No. It's actually this. Uber Eats trip to Weatherford, and then Texas. By Linda and Cole. Okay, now. All right, well, so we trust that's there. And then look, I'm gonna show you something. Right here on description for this, it already numbers it for you. So you can follow these in here. It's My Movie 15. Because if an editor or filmmaker got a hold of this and you left an order, they would want to edit it. A lot of people don't leave proper order, and numbers are proper order. Go like this, 5, 6. And look, watch this, 5, 2. And do an S right there. They like that S. See? That stands for seconds. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you can do this if you want. 5, 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Very good. Now go over this way. You've got all your iMovie. You got your video and audio. You got your 1080 high and faster. Now watch this. You hit next. And look, it's already there. A filmmaker could figure this out. Which I am a filmmaker, but an editor could really figure it out. And I'm a pretty good editor, but I'd like to meet some. I've met some really genius editors. Look right here. That means right there that it's actually exporting. So when this is done exporting, you just, boom, goes right on YouTube. That took less than 5 minutes, I would think. No, it took 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Good to go. This place is a messed up place. And I'm not talking about this place. I'm talking about every place in the United States and in the globe. Everywhere in the world is a messed up place. It's not good. It's all evil. You don't need anything. But the only thing that you need, or the only thing that you should want, is someone that's going to present themselves to you. All right, here it is, guys. Here it is. This is the list. I'm not on it. It's a list. There's a guy named Jesus. Huh? Shh, be quiet. That's not 50, sweetie. This is Linda's list. That's the order of it right there.
That's not cool. Give me back one.
Hello, my name's Cole Spivey, and I have studied at the Actors Studio and at the New School University Actor Studio Drama School in New York City from 2001 to 2002. This is a book about Brando. He was good, and so was Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was murdered. The reason why? I lived in Long Beach, California, and there were corrupt cops there. I know for sure. But the most corrupt cops on this planet are in Los Angeles. Now, if we look in the past, not too far, there was a movie that was up for many awards called LA Confidential. I'm watching a thing on Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was murdered. You know what the key is? That the cops murdered him? The crooked cops? The dog. The German Shepherd. Right? Because I'm writing Shepherds of Alaska, and it's about corrupt cops. I know for a fact that the cops are corrupt, all the way from Long Beach to Hollywood. And this guy right here, Gene Hackman, was studying the police. He studied the police from French Connection, probably to the moment of his death. And when he died, he was probably actively studying police corruption. And when he found out about current police corruption, probably dealing with methamphetamines and probably dealing with harder drugs. If you looked at him, he didn't look good. Gene Hackman didn't. They had to kill his dog first. They had to poison his dog first in order to get to Gene Hackman. This will be a raw footage upload. They had to kill his dog first. Then they had to poison his wife and poison Gene Hackman to cover up the crime of drug smuggling in our country. The bank, HSBC, had $1 billion. This is legal tendency. It's also called legal currency or legal tender. Okay? It was over money and drugs. I promise you. Raw footage upload. Good night. All right, guys, and congratulations to Sean Baker, a peer of mine at the New School University, also known as the New School of Social Research. I went 2001 and 2002, and I emphasized in acting for the theater and film with the Actors Studio Drama School, and our dean was a famous guy named James Lipton, but nobody really knows who he is anymore. But they know who Sean Baker is. Sean Baker studied intensive editing, or actually it was called non-linear editing at the New School, but he was an NYU grad too. We are about to audition for theater. So that's why my voice is kind of weird, because I'm changing. My body is changing and getting ready for theater. And I've been preparing with the Shakespeare monologue, my favorite one, which is Hamlet, Act 4, Scene 4, which is when Hamlet decides to kill Claudius, because Claudius was a bully. Now, in order to do this, we have to explore something. They have released, there it is, you found it. They're pretty good. They've been around for 49 years, okay? They were doing stuff in 1977. I was 4 years old. They did Mad Dog Blues in 1977 at a restaurant. The theater was homeless at that point. And they started off at Joe's Garage and went to a restaurant called The Back Door. And Johnny Simons was behind this theater production of Mad Dog Blues that was written by a new playwright at that time called Sam Shepard. His work made it all the way from New York to Fort Worth, Texas. Now, Fort Worth, Texas is famous. It housed the first concert the first live concert of the band. That was the band that backed up Bob Dylan. There were two people that showed up, probably in the same area that Hip Pocket performed. No, it was further down the road, but it was probably the same city. It was Fort Worth, and two people showed up and they got in a fight. The band went off to Piggly Wiggly and stole a bunch of bologna and then left. It's the famous thing about Fort Worth. Let's look. The Fort Worth is pretty famous. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid hung out there in Etta's place. She was a sex worker that had her own brothel and would house Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Johnny used to get mad at me for contacting them all the time. I've done 15 plays at Hip Pocket from 1993-ish summer, maybe 1994. 1994 summer, all the way to 2000 and like maybe 7-ish, around there. My last show that I did was Mount Analog, which there was a puppeteer, I believe his name was Robert, and he went to New York. He was famous. He died of something that I don't believe in. I'm Christian Science. It's one of my spiritual focuses is in Christian Science, Eddie Baker Mary, and I'm also Messianic Jew, which means I practice some Judaism with Christian belief, and I'm also a big believer in the Baptist because I don't drink. I only drink grape juice and Red Bull, but I try not to mix it because Red Bull's bad too. But I'm getting better about my Red Bull. But regardless, what went on was that Hip Pocket celebrated their 49th year. So they've been doing all this stuff. And Deanne Simons, who was the costumer, she was basically the wife of one of the creators of the theater, who's a mime, meaning he practices mime, and worked with some of Marcel Marceau's distant people. So did I. They do acting. All right. An actor never uses words. They use music. But they turn the music into words. That's what Marlon Brando did. He only used music. They only use music. There they are right here. You can find them right there. If you want them right there. Now, if I go by Ash Cole, then that's me. But I probably will go by my real name. And they have airplanes that fly overhead that have missiles on them. And Johnny Simons always says, "Thank God for George Bush." That's what he says when he's out there. Thank you, God, for George Bush. We're all so happy. I don't know what he's saying now, but that's what he used to say. Thank you, God, for George Bush. And he'd look right over at me. I may be too late. I'm looking. Already signed up? Change my sign up. Well, I don't like this contact stuff. Now, I know the Lamberts. Yeah, well, I know Connie Lambert. Woo. So we found something. This is a data organization. What is that? Oh, that was to try to get some money right there. It's called an ad. Create a sign up. Oh, I almost did this for the Scottish play. And Trish was so happy. Guys, we're going to sign up. We're going for it. Back to the theater. You always want to take a couple of steps back before you start to run forward. Here we go. And we're not going to say passed off as a colored person. We going to say the word, baby. And it starts with an N. And Lipton is going to rotate in his grave. We're almost there. That's what we need. Guys, when you fell, always scroll. Look at the scroll right here. Do you see the scroll? That's called a scroll bar. Scroll down. When you fell, always scroll first. Got it. Cole Spivey is an effing nut. Remember that. And he's going to audition for Mad Dog Blues, written by the most insane and genius mad writer, Sam Shepard. Yep. He is the craziest writer that's ever been on this planet. I just got it. Thanks for signing up, Cole. We did it, guys. We're in. I just got a sign up, genius. You got a 1 month Hulu with ads for free. I love Hulu. Hulu is the best thing. I saw this thing on Hulu. I just want to talk about Hulu for a minute. I love the theater. This is for live theater. Stage, they call it the theater. It's a Johnny Simons theater. Now, it used to be Johnny and Diane Simons, but Deanne has passed away. And I'm going to dedicate my audition to Deanne Simons. Now, Deanne was the most calm costumer. And I've listened, when it comes to people that costume actors, I'm talking about dressers and people that do costume, okay? She was the most calm and peaceful. Barbara from UNT, I feared her. We all feared her. She would poke you with a needle if you didn't listen. Meaning she would go over and measure. Oh, got you. Now, Deanne never did that to me. I never got poked with a needle. She was great. She was a great costumer. I don't know what any of this is. This is a sign up. It was called Reprisal. It was on Hulu. But I'm not going to go back to Hulu right now. I'm doing Apple TV. But right now, we're getting involved in the theater. We're going to start reading about Sam Shepard and Peter Brook and a guy named Joe Chaikin. Especially Joe Chaikin. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light